Welcome to Who Knows. Today we'll be blasting off into the world of Gorf, the classic arcade shooter that zapped its way into gaming history. Before we dive in, make sure to like and subscribe for more fun facts and retro gaming goodness, and stick around for a joke at the end. You won't want to space out on that one. All right, let's not keep these facts in the dark because, well, who knows? You might learn something new and see the light. Fact 1, Gorf stands for something. Ever wondered what Gorf means? It's actually an acronym for Galactic Orbiting Robot Force. Pretty intense, right? But here's the kicker. Gorf is also frog spelled backward. No amphibians in sight, but it does make you wonder if the developers were having some fun with the name. Fact 2, 5 games in one. Unlike most arcade games of its time, Gorf wasn't just one game. It was 5. Each level played differently, from Space Invaders style battles to a crazy space shootout. It was like getting 5 games for the price of 1, until the arcade ate your quarters, of course. Fact 3, the first talking arcade game. Back in 1981, most arcade machines were silent warriors, but Gorf had a synthesized voice that taunted players. It would say things like, "Prepare yourself for annihilation," in its robotic tone. This was groundbreaking at the time, making Gorf one of the earliest games to feature digitized speech. Fact 4, Space Invaders in disguise. If Gorf's first level feels a little too familiar, that's because it's basically Space Invaders. Midway, the company behind Gorf, had the rights to publish Space Invaders in the US, so they snuck in a level that was practically a clone, but with a twist. Players could move in all directions instead of just left and right. Fact 5, the rank-up system. Forget high scores. Gorf let you climb the military ranks. You started as a space cadet and worked your way up to the prestigious title of Space Avenger. It made players feel like they were progressing, even if they kept getting blasted back to square one. Fact 6, no pattern play here. Unlike some arcade games that had predictable enemy movements, Gorf was unpredictable. The enemies didn't follow the same set pattern every time, meaning you had to rely on skill instead of just memorizing the AI's behavior. Fact 7, a controversial sequel. A sequel called Ms. Gorf was planned but never released. The game was set to feature a female villain and more advanced gameplay, but legal issues and changing market trends shut it down before it could hit arcades. The only known footage comes from an old prototype found decades later. Fact 8, the game that keeps talking. The talking feature in Gorf was so unique that people would crowd around just to hear it. In fact, the game would even insult players, saying things like, "You cannot escape the Gorfian Empire." Talk about a machine with attitude. Fact 9, banned in Japan. Believe it or not, Gorf never made it to Japanese arcades. Since the game included a Space Invaders style level, it violated Taito's exclusive rights to the franchise in Japan. So while it was a hit in North America, Japanese gamers never got the chance to experience it. Fact 10, a home console evolution. Gorf wasn't just an arcade hit, it made its way onto several home consoles, including the Atari 2600, ColecoVision, and Commodore 64. But, due to hardware limitations, many of the speech effects and gameplay features were scaled down, making the arcade version the ultimate way to play. So, what was your favorite fact, and what would you like to see in a future video? Let me know in the comments. If you love retro games, smash that subscribe button and keep watching, because who knows what you might discover. By the way, why was the Gorf arcade machine so bad at relationships? Because it always needed space. See you at the next video.